Researchers and analysts know the pain. You spend hours tracking down sources, reading things that turn out to be irrelevant, then spending more hours trying to connect all the dots. Then you have to write the brief from scratch. Claude compresses that entire workflow down to under 10 minutes. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how, step by step. The real cost of research isn't the reading, it's the friction at every step, finding the right sources, filtering out the noise, synthesizing conflicting information, spotting what's missing, and then translating all of it into something decision-ready. Most professionals spend 3 to 5 hours on a research task that should take 45 minutes. Claude eliminates most of that friction, and I'll show you exactly where. The first step is the simplest and the most immediately useful. Paste anything into Claude and ask for a structured analysis. Not summarize this. That gives you a rehash. Instead, ask, what's the core argument? What are the 3 best supported findings? And what are the major limitations I should know about? That single prompt on a dense research paper gives you a decision-grade summary in 10 seconds. It doesn't just compress the text, it evaluates it. That's the difference. Now here's where it gets powerful. Paste in 2 or 3 sources and ask Claude to find where they agree, where they disagree, and this is the key question on what all 3 are missing. Most synthesis work is done manually. You're rereading, highlighting, mentally tracking overlaps. Claude does that in a few seconds and surfaces the contradictions automatically, but the most valuable output is usually the gaps, the things no source addresses. That's where your original insight lives. One of the most underused prompts in research is this one. Based on what I know so far, what questions should I be asking? Claude knows what it doesn't know. It will surface the blind spots in your current research, regulatory angles you missed, markets you haven't considered, data you should look for but haven't found yet. This question, early in a research session, saves hours of going down wrong paths. It redirects your attention to what actually matters before you spend time on things that don't. The last step is turning everything into something your team or your executives can actually use. Dump your notes, your key findings, your open questions into Claude and ask it to write a decision-ready brief. And I mean genuinely decision-ready, a clear recommendation, the evidence behind it, the risks, and what decision needs to be made. Not a summary of what you read, a document that prompts action. That transition from raw notes to polished brief used to take an hour of formatting and writing. Now it takes 60 seconds. Here's the complete system. Paste any source for instant structured analysis. Synthesize multiple sources to surface agreements, contradictions, and gaps. Ask Claude what questions you should be investigating next. Then turn your notes into a decision-ready brief in 60 seconds. Every step is under 2 minutes. The whole thing fits in a morning before your first meeting. That's not an exaggeration. It's the actual time savings professionals are reporting. That's the complete research system for Claude. Structured analysis, multi-source synthesis, blind spot detection, and decision-ready briefs, all in under 10 minutes. Next week, I'm covering email, specifically how to get your inbox from 2.5 hours a day down to 30 minutes without missing anything that matters. Subscribe so you catch it, and there's a free research brief template in the description below.